Hi, this is Pradeep Kumar Reddy. In this video, I am going to explain about coroutines in Kotlin. We will start with Kotlin coroutines vocabulary. So here are the few terms that are used in Kotlin coroutines: structured concurrency, suspending functions, coroutine scope, coroutine builders, coroutine context. Coroutines are called as lightweight threads. Like we know, uh, threads are there to provide concurrency. So what is the structured concurrency? So when we create a thread, that will be in the global scope. Global scope means threads will be associated with the entire application. But in Android, we need something like all the threads that are started as part of one activity should be cleared when the user moves away from that activity. So that is where the structured concurrency helps us. Structured concurrency is achieved through coroutine scope. Coroutine scope keeps track of all the coroutines created within its scope. So when we cancel the coroutine scope, all the coroutines that are part of the coroutine scope are also cancelled. So then we'll see the suspending functions. Actually, the coroutines are based on the idea of suspending functions. So these suspending functions are special functions that can suspend the execution of coroutine without blocking the thread. So these suspending functions internally support two operations: suspend and resume, suspending the coroutine and resuming the coroutine. One more point to remember about suspending functions is suspending functions can only be called from within a coroutine or another suspending function. So then we have coroutine builders. Coroutine builders like launch and async are used to start a new coroutine, launch a new coroutine. When we are launching a new coroutine, we can use coroutine context, which means we can specify the coroutine to run on which thread, whether to run on main thread, to run on IO thread, or to run on CPU intensive thread. So this coroutine context are used to specify on which thread to run the coroutine on. That is all about Kotlin coroutines vocabulary. Let's look at the code to create and use the coroutines. The first thing that we do is create a coroutine scope. So for coroutine scope, we need a job and a context. So whatever coroutines we launch inside this coroutine scope, by default they will run on the main thread. That is what this context implies. Let's look at this animation to understand how suspending functions work. Fetchdocs is a suspend function that is launched on a coroutine that runs on main thread. And get is another suspending function that makes a network request on the IO thread. So when get function is called, two things happen. First thing is fetchdocs function is suspended and its state is saved for resuming later. The other thing is when get function is called, coroutine switch happened from main thread to the IO thread. At this point, main thread is not blocked and it is free to do some other work. When the result of get function is ready, the coroutine switches back from IO thread to the main thread and the fetchdocs function will resume from where it was suspended. GetPlanets is a suspend function. I am calling this GetPlanets from here using the viewModel scope.launch. Here it creates a coroutine and inside that I am calling this GetPlanets suspend function. And this coroutine by default runs on the main thread because when creating this viewModel scope I specified the context as main. It means that whatever coroutines I launch using this scope, those coroutines will run by default run on the main thread. Inside this getPlanets function, I need to make a network call, and we know that we cannot make network call on the main thread. And this getPlanets is running on the main thread. So we need to make the coroutine switch from main thread to the IO thread. We can do that coroutine switch using the with context suspend function. With context is a suspend function, and by passing the parameter coroutine context as a dispatcher.io, we can make the coroutine switch to the IO thread. So this network call will run on the IO thread. When we call with context, the getPlanets function will be suspended, and at this point main thread is not blocked and it is free to do some other work. When the response of with context is ready, again the getPlanets function will resume from this point, and then Here I'm making another request. Here I'm making a network request in a sequential fashion. First I'll make this request, and after that I'll making another request. Assume that there is no dependency between these two network calls. We can make these two network calls in parallel fashion. For that we have to use a coroutine builder called async. So first coroutine builder what we have seen is launch. This is fire and forget, means it doesn't return any value. Whereas async will return a value, it actually returns a deferred object. Here both the network calls will run in parallel, and the response of the network call will be wrapped inside a deferred object and returned by this async coroutine. To access the network response from this deferred object, what we should do is we should call .await. This deferred object .await. Await is a suspend function. So when we call this await, we'll get the response of this network call. When we have some complex calculations to be performed, we can use dispatchers default coroutine context to run such complex calculations. So and finally, when this view model is being destroyed, we want all the coroutines we have created to be cleared. For that, what we should do is view model job.cancel. Structured concurrency guarantees that when a scope is cancelled, all the coroutines in that scope will also be cancelled. Here I have created the coroutine scope to just show how to create the coroutine scope, but actually inside the view model we don't have to create this. This is predefined inside the view model. Let me remove that. And even in uncleared, we don't have to do this. This is done by default. So I imported the view model scope which is predefined in this library. In this library, the view model scope is predefined. We don't have to define the scope. That is all I know about Kotlin coroutines. I'll provide the reference links in the video description. Thanks for watching the video. Bye bye.